Right, today we are going to learn about the types of sentences. So, initially, I wanted to ask you, what do you know about a sentence or what is a sentence?
Mhm. Sentences may be something which contains the subject or the thing that we are going to convey. It have maybe full stop. It the sentence end with full stop, and yeah.
Yes, probably, yeah.
Mhm.
It's like what you said is exactly correct, but we can construct it like in this manner. A sentence is a group
Mhm.
of words which is put in a particular order or which is placed in a particular order, and once it placed in a particular order which makes a complete sense or a complete meaning, so then we can consider it
Mhm.
as a sentence. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And then after that we are having two different types of sentences, like types of sentences based on meaning and types of sentences based on structure. Okay.
Mhm. Okay, ma'am.
Right, today we are going to learn about the types of sentences based on structure, based on the structuring, how we are arranging the words. Based on that, we are going to learn about the different types of sentences.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So now, I guess you can see some shadows of the different types. Can you please guess what all the different types of sentences are? We are gonna learn today.
Yeah, the thing is that I can see a little bit, even though it's kind of like translucent. Because of it's like translucent, I can see some. So so
Yeah.
I know everything. The
Okay.
one before clips, yeah.
Yeah. So, can you see that? If so, can you say that? Can you guess it? What exactly is behind that?
One is simple sentence,
Exactly.
then other one is compound sentence,
Yeah.
and then complex sentence,
Okay.
then compound complex sentence.
Fabulous. So that's it.
Yeah.
We have four different types of sentences. In the first one is simple sentence. Second one is compound sentence. Third one is complex sentence. And the final one is compound complex sentence. Okay.
Okay.
So now here I just placed one example each for each of the sentences. So,
Mm-hmm.
as you can see, here in simple sentence, the sentence is children played. In compound sentence, the sentence is children played and their parents chatted. Then in the complex sentence, the sentence is children played after the rain stopped. In the last one, but not the least, compound complex. After the rain stopped, the children played and their parents chatted. So now, can you tell me what did you observe? What is the difference or what is the similarity that you observed among these four sentences?
Okay, the very first one, simple sentence. It's like even though it's a sentence, it doesn't convey a total meaning, a complete meaning or sense of something, the something which is happening. It just said children played. It doesn't talk about something happening around or nothing. It just fades like a very blank and bleak statement. And
Exactly.
when it
Yeah.
comes,
Right, right.
when
So
it
the
comes to,
hmm, mhm.
yeah.
Wait a minute, give me 1 minute. So what you said is exactly correct. It's just simply plain. It's not
Mhm.
it's not explaining something more regarding the sentence. It's a very, very, very simple sentence. It only says
Mhm.
the subject, children, they are doing something, they played. Children played.
Mhm.
We only know
Mhm.
two things. Who the subject is, the subject or the one who is doing the action. Here is children, and then the action that they are doing is playing. So that's the only thing that we know in this first part. So how about the remaining? Can you compare?
In the second one compound sentence, it talk about two scenes or scenarios happening over there. The children play, as you said, the subject and the thing they are doing. And the second one also, and the next part is that something happening around there, which is their parents started. It gives more meaning. It's more meaningful, but even though it's not completed, but still it's okay. It feels like a sentence.
Yeah. The point is right here, it is giving even more information than the first one. So that's why it is called as a compound sentence. We are adding
Mhm,
something extra to what we have already had. For example, children played. So at that same
mhm,
time, something else is going on. Parents, their parents. So children's parents
mhm,
chatted. So two actions are happening in the right time and we are combining these two actions with the use of a single word which we call in English as connector. So right here with the usage of and we connected two different ideas or two different separate sentences. Okay, it does have a meaning.
mhm,
That's the only point you said. It doesn't make a complete sense, but still it makes a complete sense. So okay, because it is a sentence. Sentence should makes a complete sense. So this
mhm,
is a little bit what upgraded than the simple one because we are getting a little bit more details that while the children were playing, their parents were also there. They were chattering, whispering each other. So like that, we are getting a visualization a little bit more than the simple sentence. So now, can you tell me about the complex sentence?
Yeah, I think the complex sentence talk about like a scene happens there, the subject is doing something, but that thing happened after something happened before. Like something happened there, and after that something happens, which is
Exactly.
the children played.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So in complex sentence, it is getting a little bit more complex. It's right here
Mhm,
in compound sentence, we can split this sentence into two like this. Children played can be one sentence. Their parents chatted can be another sentence because we have added two separate things together which is somehow connected. But in case of complex
mhm,
sentence, as you just mentioned right now, children played after the rain stopped. So, like the rain stopped, and after that, the children played. Two different
mhm,
actions at two different times. So, right here, we use the connector after but
mhm.
this sentence a little bit more complex. It is not that easy to structure. And I'll tell you why it is not that easy to structure in the coming pages. Okay?
Okay.
So now the last one, can you compare the last with the remaining?
Yeah, the last one talk about like the children played. It's maybe the main scene happened there, and in that they mention in the compound complex sentence they mention about the scene happened before the children playing and after what happens after or when they were playing or after they were playing what happened their parents chatted and before that the rain stopped like it is more meaningful. It's not like meaningful. Now it is a sentence. We can call it a complete sentence. More meaningful because all the things happening or happened is included, and it makes a whole point, like whole point of the sentence.
Yes. Okay. So finally, what happens is it is getting even more complex, getting even more and more complex. So
Mhm,
initially, it was just simply one, like it's like a group of kids, children, and their action. And then the second part, when it
mhm,
comes to compound sentence, we said something else is also happening at the same time. In the complex sentence, we said children were doing this just after the rain stopped. But in the last part, a huge complexity is there. We are
mhm,
combining all these details in a single sentence. So, like after the rain stopped, The children played and their parents chatted. So right here we are having a part of complex sentence, a part of compound sentence as well. That's why it is called as compound complex sentence. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So now let me check whether you could be able to identify the sentences or not. So, so can you try to wait. I'll tell you what exactly you have to do. Just take a photo
Mm-hmm.
of this QR code, and then scan it using your Google.
Mm-hmm.
Then you could be able to enter. Then we can do an activity.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm waiting for you. If you have any doubts,
Yeah,
you can ask for that. Yeah.
but the QR code, where is it?
Can't you? Yeah, wait. Can you see the screen now?
Okay, so the first thing I have to do, I have to take a picture, a screenshot.
Yes, you have to take a screenshot of this particular QR code.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, you have to go to Google. Then you have to search
Oh,
for this QR
mm,
code. Then you will be able to join this meet.
yeah, I joined. I just logged into that QR code.
Okay, you're here. So your name is spelling president.
Mhm.
Okay. So can you see the screen?
Yeah, I can see the screen.
Okay. So can you see yours in your screen? Can you be able to see this?
In my screen,
Yes, in your screen. Can you be able to see this?
yeah, there's something like slides.
Yes, yes, okay.
It shows that she enjoys playing and she often exhibits her
Exhibits
artwork.
her artwork. Yes. So
Um,
this is the sort of activity. So when I start the
mm,
activity, you have to tell me, like, you have to press on. It's a poll question. You have to press on which type of sentence is it is. So you have to guess it. Right now, you only have a like a what? You don't have a clear idea. You have a vague idea about these different types of sentences. So I want to check like how far you know about this. Okay?
okay, but the thing is that in my screen I can't see the options.
You can see the options. Okay, so down there, can you see on the left side? I guess on the left side, two options are there down there.
Yeah, focus and slides.
Yeah, so you have to go to this focus part.
Okay, and shows that the round is starting soon.
Yeah, so can I start the activity now?
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's time for you to poll. Yeah, you'll be getting
Yeah,
18
the
seconds.
yeah.
Okay, so let me tell you whether your answer is correct or not. She enjoys painting and something. So, right here, exactly the answer is correct. It is a compound
Mhm.
sentence because and is there. Earlier as well, when and was there, it was a compound sentence, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So, now the next slide. Shall we
Mhm.
start?
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
the question is she enjoys painting. Yeah, so it starts now. Okay, yes, exactly. It's a simple sentence because it only gives you a very limited details regarding the sentence
Mm-hmm.
that you have written, like that I have shown. Nice, correct one.
Mm-hmm.
So now this one. So this is the question. I'll be reading the question as of now. She
Okay.
enjoys painting because it relaxes her, and she actually does, and she often exhibits her artwork. So,
Mm-hmm.
see times that's enough. Yes, exactly. Again, you made it. This is correct. So, this is a compound complex sentence because here you use two connectors because and. Okay. So, here comes the last question. And the question is she enjoys painting because it relaxes her. She
Mm-hmm.
enjoys painting because it relaxes her. So, your activity starts now. Yeah, exactly. It's a complex sentence. It's really nice of you. So, how did you identify this as a complex sentence? That is my question.
Um, I'm being real. I don't really know
Yeah.
because I think compound sentence talk. I don't know really.
Okay. So, you just
Yeah,
simply guessed it?
no, like simply, I think of both of them. Like, I have two answers in my mind. One was compound and complex, but in complex sentence they use most probably and I don't know. And I felt like it would be most probably it would be complex, and I was really like not sure also if the answer is going to be correct. And I
Yeah.
don't know. I just love that option. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So somehow your answer was correct. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
so this was a complex sentence because the usage is because. But not in
Mm-hmm.
every sentence it is gonna be and because. It is going to change because when just show you the example, there in
Mm-hmm.
complex sentence, the connector that I use is after. But right here, the connector is because. So like this, the connectors can change over time. So in that case, what we gonna do? So that's why, like how we are going to identify the different types of sentences or how we are going to create that different types of sentences. That is what we are going to discuss as of now. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. So, can you be able to see the screen?
No, no, no. The screen sharing just turned off.
Okay. How about now?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're learning about these different types of sentences based on structure. We have to know what are the different clauses. Okay?
Mm, okay.
What are the different clauses? So can you tell me if you know, can you tell me what is the difference between a clause and a sentence?
Clause, like the if clause or something.
Yeah, if clause is a type of clause.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard this. Like if in a sentence there is main clause and some other clause. I think main clause is something the sentence before the comma or something. I don't really know.
Yeah. I guess you are talking about if clause. That's why you're trying to connect this if clause with the main clause. That comes under
Um,
conditionals. That comes under conditionals. What you're saying is correct, but that comes under
mhm,
conditional. But right today, we are
mhm,
not going for that conditional. We are just
mhm.
simply starting on the base of the different types of clues. Okay?
Okay.
So we have two different types of clues: independent
Mhm,
clause And the second one is dependent clause. Okay.
Okay.
So we have two different types of clause, independent clause and dependent clause. This independent
Mm-hmm.
clause means it can stand alone. It doesn't need anyone's support. It can just stand alone
Mm-hmm.
happily. So it is called as independent clause or main clause. Is it clear?
Okay. Yeah, it's clear.
So look at this sentence. She loves
Mm-hmm.
music. So this is an example of independent clause. It can stand alone. It doesn't need any
Mm-hmm.
support, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes. But just look at this example sentence. How does it seems like?
Mm.
Because she loves music, does it makes any sense? Complete sense?
No, no.
No, yeah, yes, of course. That's why we call it as a dependent clause. So, usually, what happens is this dependent clause always depends on this independent clause. That's why
Mm-hmm.
dependent clause is called as subordinate clause and independent clause is called as the main clause. Okay,
Okay.
so now I'll make it a little bit more easy for you. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Look
Okay.
at this sentence. Children played. So, children, subject is there, played, verb is there. So, just
Mm-hmm.
by using a subject and verb, we can create a complete meaningful sentence. So, this is a
Mm-hmm.
sentence, and this can
Mm-hmm.
stand independently. So, we can call it either as an independent clause or
Main clause.
main clause. Exactly. That's the point. So now look at
Mm-hmm.
this sentence. Okay, just look at this sentence. Children played after the rain stopped. So right here, I am splitting this single sentence into two different parts. So the first part is children played, and the second part is
Mm-hmm.
after the rain stopped. But in the first
Mm-hmm.
part, children played, it have a complete meaning, it makes a complete sense. So which type of clause it might be?
It will be the main clause or the independent clause.
Exactly, it is the main clause or the independent clause. But just look
Mm-hmm.
after the second part. After the rain stopped. Does it make any
Mm-hmm.
complete sense?
No,
No.
as it does not make a complete sense or meaning, it would be dependent clause or subordinate clause.
Yes, exactly. So after the rain stopped is a dependent clause or a subordinate clause. So one thing that you can get from here is we use clauses inside a sentence. So by using clauses, we do create sentences. Is that idea clear for
Mm-hmm.
you?
Yes.
Okay. So now look at this case. Children played and their parents chattered. Can you split this single sentence into two different clauses?
Yeah, the thing is that I felt like both the sentence, like if we divide children played, it is an independent sentence or no, the independent clause, and their parents started. It is also an independent clause. But
Very nice.
when they're
Enough, enough,
mhm,
enough, enough. Actually, very nice. You got the assignment. It's really nice of you. You got it from the first part itself. That's the difference between a simple sentence, compound sentence, and complex sentence. So, right here in simple
mhm,
sentence, how many clause do we use?
only one,
Only one. Which clause was it?
it was independent clause.
Exactly. So, in compound sentence, how
Mhm.
many clause we used?
Two,
Which clause was that?
and both were independent clause.
Both were independent clause. And now in
Mhm.
complex sentence, which is the clause, like how many clause we used?
There were like two clause. The first one is independent clause, and the second one is dependent clause.
Exactly, very nice. So
Mhm.
now,
Mhm.
if so, what you said is correct. If so, in that situation, can you just split up? The compound complex sentence that I provided right here into separate clauses.
The thing is that I have to say the sentence and I have to say if it is independent or dependent.
Yes, exactly. You have to separate it into clauses. You have to tell me what is the first clause, which type of clause it
Mhm,
is from this sentence,
mhm.
likewise.
After the rain stopped, I think it is a dependent clause.
Nice, very nice. Then,
And second one, the children plays. It is an independent clause.
excellent.
And the third one, their parents started. It is also an independent clause.
Amazing. So now can you tell me
Mhm.
in this compound complex sentence how many clauses you used?
In total, like three, but as of like two are the same, two, the dependent and the independent. Like if you're taking the total number, it will be three.
Yes, of course. So totally
Mhm,
you used three clauses to build this
mhm,
sentence. So which
mhm.
are these three clauses? Can you please specify that? How many dependent clause and how many independent clause that you used?
Here is one dependent clause, which was after the rain stopped, and two independent clause, which was like children played and their parents started.
Exactly, really nice. So
Mhm,
this is only the types of sentence based on structure. It is this simple
mhm.
to structure the sentences. I hope you understood this concept, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So now let's look into these types of clause because we should know or we should have a deep knowledge about the connecting words that we use
Mhm.
in independent clause in building independent clause and in building dependent clause. If only we know that clearly, we could be able to build a sentence, a proper sentence by our own. So, are you ready for that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So right here, as I told you, independent clause are also called as main clause. It can stand alone as a complete sentence. It doesn't need anyone's help or support. But when it comes to the second one, the dependent clause, it is also called as subordinate clause. So in this case, it cannot stand alone. It always depends on an independent clause. Got it?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. So now the second point is the very important point that you have to keep it in mind. So in
Mm-hmm.
independent clause or in the main clause, you have to use the coordinating conjunctions. The coordinating
Mm-hmm.
conjunctions have an acronym fanboys. Have you ever heard about the fanboys?
Not really. Mm-hmm. No.
Okay, so I'll tell you one of the word, like one of the word it belongs to. F. F stands
Mm-hmm.
for four. FOR four. So what might be A?
Mm, like probably
Huh?
A would be most probably ant,
Right, exactly. F for four, A for ant, then
and N,
N for
mm, and for is it like either or something? I don't really know. So
no. N for nor. Nor. Nor.
oh, or okay,
Yeah. Then how about this B? It's easy. That one is easy.
because like
No,
besides or
no,
before
no,
before.
no. It is but. 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 Okay?
Oh, but okay.
Yeah. So the next one is O.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't really know what's
You know that.
other
Huh? No.
other.
No. It's or. O-R. O-R. Or.
Okay.
So I'll tell you the remaining Y for yet, S for so. So fanboys have this acronym like F for, A for and, N for nor, B for but, O for or, Y for yet, S for so. Okay?
Okay.
So, when you try to create an independent clause, you are only supposed to use the coordinating conjunctions which are collectively called as fanboys. Okay?
Okay.
So
Okay.
now, as you can see here, it's an example sentence. Can you read this example sentence aloud?
She loves music, so she sings every day.
Exactly. She loves music, so she sings every day. So right here, what is the coordinating conjunction that we used?
It's a so.
So, so here we have two independent clause. She loves music is one independent clause. So she sings every day is the second independent clause. Okay?
Okay.
So for connecting independent clauses, we have to use the coordinating conjunction. That's the basic rule. You have to keep it in mind every single time. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, when we shift to dependent clause, the basic thing that you have to keep it in your mind is here we have to use subordinating clause. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So subordinating conjunctions. So subordinating
Mm-hmm.
conjunctions in the sense because, although, since, after, before, all these comes under the subordinating conjunctions. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So right here we have an example of dependent clause or subordinating clause. So in front of a subordinating clause, we always use a subordinating conjunction. So that's why this starts with because. Because she
Mm-hmm.
loves music. But does it really make sense?
No.
No. That's why it is called as subordinating clause or dependent clause. And now
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use this subordinating clause inside a sentence to make a complete sense. So now can you read the sentence?
Because she loves music, she sings every day.
Exactly. Because she loves music, she sings every day. It's very simple. Because she loves music is a dependent clause. She sings every day is an independent clause. So when you connect a dependent clause with an independent clause, you need a subordinating conjunction like because, although, since, before, after, and so on. Got it?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, I guess you clearly understood what clause are, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. So we will learn about the remaining how to structure a simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence, and compound complex sentence in the next class. Will that be fine for you?
Mhm. Yes, for sure.
Yeah. So that's it for today. Give me a minute.
Mm-hmm.